Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing great. Good morning, everybody. Let's say hello to everybody. We got John, we got Omar, we got Mr. Cheese Gray Trader, we got Peanut, CJ, Arnulfo, Kevin, Ivano, Bugs. Good morning, everybody. Gregory, good morning, Bugs. Ivano, good morning, everybody. Kevin, Gregory, Brian, Kevin, Delroy. We got a lot of Kevins here today. John, JB, James, Stacy, Krish, Mike, Brian, Gregory, John, Deanna, Nathan, good morning there. Thomas, Hopium Addict. Happy Friday. Does anybody know where this week has gone? I'm not kidding. Like, where did this week go? Rihanna, good morning. Carlos, good morning. Good morning, Carlos. So good to see you here. Waterford, Mary, David, Cam, good morning, Cam. I'll respond to you after we're off here. I was preparing for the session, obviously. Krish, Dave, Matt, Bill, Richard from Puente Gorda. You got to come out here sometimes, Richard. We got to meet. My morning catalyst driver, Richard, Mark, Ray, Manuel, Jody, Spider Monkey, Stan, Harry, Javad, William. Good morning, William. Lloyd, Robert, Richard. Hey, Richard, good to see you. Mark, Ringo, Don, Solaire, Flying Ronan, the Sassy Trainer, Pete, Eduardo, Devin, Stephen, Duzzy, Robert, Brian, Junior. Junior's in the house. Wade, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. We got Karen the Shark. That always helps. We got Genevieve, we got Richard, we got Dave, we got Kirk, we got John, we got Richard, we got Harold. Hey, Harold, I got some great feedback from you the other day. Thank you for that. Harold is, we should call him Harold the Shark. We got Karen the Shark and Harold the Shark. Michael, Lori, Julio, Warren, Martin. Good morning, Martin. Steve, Kathleen, Naples fan, Yuri. Good morning, Yuri, and welcome. Afa Diaz, Illinois grain farmer, Delbert, Tom, James, Stefan. Let's see here. I lost my track. That's what I did. I lost everybody here. We got too many people here. Delbert, Tom, James, Stefan, just Jen, RP, Alpha Diaz, Illinois grain farmer, Rock. Good morning, Rock. Rick, Susan, TP, Steven, Joel, Henry, RP from Spain, just Jen is here. Sergey, Jesse, Charles, Bancroft, Dom the Random. Oh my. Frank. Hey, Frank. Beam Clay. Jacques who's cracks me up. I love that name, Jacques. Jeremiah. Eagle Beagle is in the house. Piet de Brock. I haven't seen you in a while. Have you been okay? You've been cheating on us today. Cheating on us, Piet de Brock. Been missing in action. Karen. Good morning, Karen. Claudette. Next Gen. Ralph. Barry. Dave. Linda. Moondog. Back from the gym. That's what I want to hear. Shamens, Dave, RBX10, Greg, Kevin, Bobby, Vladimir's in the house, Scotty, Sandra, Mursaline. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I am so sorry. Mursaline. Ray, Tony, Raj, Wesley. Good morning, Wesley. Angie. Hey, Angie, Christ, Jay Blazer, Kevin. Um, yeah, there's four of us. Yeah, Dragon, Dawn, James, Rock, made for New Year's. I'll be trading on the sea. Nice. Bugs, Mark. Good, Piet. I'm glad to hear that. Bob, happy Friday to you too. We only have 354 people here in a few minutes, but it is Friday and we do have Fed data today. Let's see if we can make it up above 700. So, do you guys remember I drew this little trend line for you? Hey, Stefan, good morning. Dallas, good morning. William, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me write good morning. And Cam, Gustavo, and Raleigh, good morning to all of you as well. Good morning, everyone. Not such a slow Friday, John. We have the biggest report of the week coming up in about 22 minutes. So not such a slow Friday. It's going to become a pretty quick Friday. Oh, Bob. Yes, 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 yes. Definitely, Bob. All prayers to you, Bob, and your family. All the prayers to you. We'll have to have a replacement uh, bean counter today. Maybe Carlos, maybe you can take over Bob's job today. Santiago, good morning. Whitco, Wesley, Bob, good morning. So I didn't actually write. So today in customer service live, in the VIP room, I will be talking about all the topics, all the day trading topics that I didn't get to this week. So it'll be full day trading mode today, okay? It'll be our last day of day trading today. Please, please, please don't miss out. It'll be a lot of interesting things. I'll talk about option delta. I'll talk about ATR. I'll talk about volatility. I'll talk about what Matt and I have been finding from digging through our trades from 240 trades from Trading Zone Live. I think it would be foolish to miss it. That's my 5 cents. And here's the customer service live link where you go after Matt and I confuse you enough to the point where you don't know what the hell's going on. You go to customer service live and they unconfuse you. Okay. Um, all right. So that's the link for customer service live. Also, tomorrow, I will be doing a major, major world premiere exclusive event. It's going to be world premiere. It's going to be an exclusive event. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is the first time I'm going to be doing this and talking about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not tomorrow. It's Sunday, 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 Sunday. I made a mistake. Not tomorrow, Sunday. I can't work on Saturday. I just don't have the energy. And that's what's going to happen there, okay? All right. No, Sunday, Sunday. Class live world exclusive premiere is on Sunday. I don't do anything. I unless it's an emergency or it's like a launch for like Kane or something, I don't like to work on Saturdays. I'm just too tired. I'm be honest with you, I'm just too tired. Believe it or not, I'm very springy and I make it look easy, but I do get tired. I'm going to be 55 years old in October. October 29th. So I am starting to get a little bit more tired on the weekends. All right, so let's start off. What are the small cap stocks that we're looking at for today? We're looking at Way. And again, after market hours, we don't know if they hit. These are the highest probabilities. If you've been trading small caps for the last 20 years or whatnot, you could do whatever you want, but I'm giving you something that actually works very, very well. Okay. Above $9, 905 actually. Way. I'll write that down. Um, Way is 905. Guts. Guts is what is guts? $1.40. And Midgie is 65 cents. 65 cents. So here's guts. Yep, $1.40. And here's Miji. And Miji 65 cents. Okay. I'm only picking stocks that have unbelievably crazy volume. If it doesn't have crazy volume, then I'm not looking at it. You want me to look at GPUS? All right. GPUS. Look at the volume on GPUS. Look at the volume here on GPUS. Do you understand why it's a no-no? Look at the volume on my stocks. Look at this. Look to the left. Do you see any all the way back here? And this is already higher, and that's for the full trading session. Look for guts. Do you see the volume? Do you see it higher anywhere here? Look at Miji. Look at volume. Do you see volume? If the volume's not there, there's nothing there. I'm telling you, Carlos, they don't like me. They don't want to give thumbs up. All right, folks, here's the deal. If you're coming here watching right now, we got about 467 people. Please hit the gearbox, and make sure you're watching at 1080. Okay? Very, 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 very important. Okay? Very, 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 very important. And while you're there, if you don't mind, go right below it. There's a little thumbs up button. If you find this beneficial to you, give us one thumbs up one time. If you don't find it beneficial, then don't. Somebody's asking me about MRM. Again, folks, listen to me. Do you see volume here bigger than here? That means it's a no-no. Okay? Amos, good morning to you. The volume has to be there. The volume has to be there. It starts with volume, not with price. Look at the volume on mine. See, volume is already up here. This is for the entire day. This is my volume right here. Look at volume. Look at the volume. If you don't have the volume, you don't have anything. See, this GPUS doesn't have high volume. Volume was much higher here. And the other one, MRM, it doesn't even have high volume. If it doesn't have high volume, it doesn't have a lot to also, this is not a small cap stock, this MRM. It looks like it was a bigger stock beforehand. So this is not really a small cap stock. This is a small cap stock that became a small cap stock after crapping out as a large cap stock. That's not usually the ones you want. You want the ones that are starting from zero and starting to come up. You want something new, something different, something that's never happened before, something that's going to drive madness into price. All right, let's continue. Keep in touch, Amos. Keep in touch. And if you ever have a question, you know my email address. Amos was a volunteer at our company up to about 2 weeks ago. He was there for about 8 weeks. Always good to see you here, Amos. Will you tell ourselves our minds respond accordingly? I feel great and have a lot of energy. That's great. Of course, Amos, of course. Okay, so let's go through our goodies, okay? First things first, what's the market doing right now? The market's flat. This is randomness. Up 5 on the E-mini, up 70 on the Dow, -2. This is just garbage. Everybody's waiting for the big daddy. What's the big daddy? The big daddy's the employment report, which will impact the bond market. As of right now, look where bonds are. These are our levels from yesterday. Look where bonds are right now. And they look like they're getting above this level. If we can get above this level and get above this level right here, and get above this level right here, we have some pretty good clarity here. So these are the levels. Now, what I'll do for you right now, I don't really need to change them too much. So what I'll do right now is I'll post these levels for you, okay? Before the report, so we can have something to gauge while the report comes out. How about that? That will keep you guys busy for the next between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. How about that? So I'm posting this on the Telegram channel right now for you. Here, bonds pre-PCE. I'll post before I take off at 9 a.m. so we can compare. Does that sound good to you guys? We'll have a little fun. So I just posted the bond. I just posted this for you in the Telegram channel. So let's see how our levels hold up. Let's see how well our levels hold up after the report comes out, because so far, man, oh man, they look at that area. Look at that. Very, very well. Very, very well. Let's see how they hold up. Let's see if we go up here, or let's see if we go up down here. There's a strong level right here. Let's see if we go anywhere beyond these, okay? So, but at least we can have some fun, and you guys can look at it up over there as well, okay? All right. That's pretty much the big report. We have consumer sentiment, and we have Michelle speaking at every time I say the word Michelle, I'm thinking my daughter. It's got the same name. We got Michelle speaking at 1 o'clock. Consumer sentiment is not going to be a big report today because we already have had all of this yesterday, and we have personal income. The only two numbers that I'm looking at here, folks, and I mean these are the only numbers that I'm looking at here, is this and this. Oops. Those are the only numbers I'm looking at. Core PC index and PC index. I want to see if prices are running high. Notice the expectations are pretty reasonable and they're in line. Good morning, Anukumar. Good to see you here. Good morning. I'm not sure, Kirk. It's going to be a very, very timely session, and it's going to be a big announcement. a big ass announcement on Sunday. So for anybody that didn't hear me, let me let me just tell you what we're doing on Sunday real quick. We got plenty of time actually today. So it's a members only meeting. Members only meeting. It's coming Sunday at 1 p.m. on the September 28th. I'm going to discuss some exclusive information that I want to share with our paying members first. Okay. I want to make sure you don't miss out. Sign up for the event, 1 o'clock. It's going to be all new. There's not going to be anything you've heard before there. All new. I wouldn't go live on Sunday if it wasn't really important. Okay. Try to make it to that session. But this is what we're looking at today, and we want to see if core PCE price index is getting hard. That means consumers are paying more, that inflation's getting hotter. We'll see how that comes out. We still have 11 minutes, and so far the bond market's doing a great job going up, which is really good for us. Okay, this is really positive. This is very, very positive. We need to get above this level right here. Here, let me show you. We need to get above this level right here. We need to get above 88. We need to get above 89.37. See if we can get above this level and start going back up. That'll be really, really big for the market. Okay. So here, let me just take this off real quick. Oh, forget it. It's a pain in the ass. But anyways, right here, this level right here, 89.37. Keep your eye on 89.37. Okay. Or actually right here, 89.40, excuse me, 89.47. I apologize. 89.47 right here. This level right here, 89.47. Okay. 89.47 level to watch on TLT. All right. Bond market on the daily chart. What I was showing you was the intraday chart. Now, why did I say that level 89.47? Because look at what happens at 89.47 on a daily chart. You see how we go above all this stuff? We're practically all the way above. I want to see us in this gap. You understand? What I want to see, I want the bond market not in this gap. I want the bond market in this gap. How significant is that, Roger? Do you want to see the stock market make a new high again? That's how significant it is. Do you want to see the stock market go higher or lower? The bond market needs to come up right here. We need to get into that level. See, I wrote 47, but it's right around right here. It's right around 47, 40, basically 89.50. We want to be above 80. We want to be above the high of this bar, and that bar is 47. So we want to be above 47, just as I wrote over there. No, it's at 1 p.m. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So you guys understand why I drew that level? Because it's this level right here. I don't want us to stall. I want to see us come up here. A, it will make this into an A line, which is very attractive to buy. But B, it'll start filling this gap. And this gap is really important. And this gap is the reason why the stock market is behaving the way it is right now. Okay? All right. If you guys have any other small cap risers for me, save it till the end of the session so I could quickly look at them at the end of the session to see if there's anything moving, okay? Right now, we're in large cap land. US dollar is breaking out, which means we may see some weakness in the gold market. This is breaking out. I like this. Remember, I warned you that I thought this was going to, unless we were going to break this level, we were going to start coming back up here, and we are. And now we're finally breaking through this. Now, remember something. When the US dollar goes up, it puts a lot of pressure on the import-export world. And we really don't need that pressure, but we do need money coming back into US. I'd really love to see this at par right here. With that said, you can expect to see some weakness in the gold market. Notice the gold market's not really acting all that weak. It's got a nice little A line right now. So here's my theory on TLT, a permanent sideways stock. TLT is not a stock. It tracks the 30-year bond. And no, it's not permanently sideways, Alexander. No, not at all. Not at all. It's a proxy for the long bond. Just depends on what the long bond is doing. For example, take a look. Look, Let me go to here, let me go to monthly. Look, Alexander, this is monthly. Monthly. No, no. Okay. All right. Bonds going down, interest rates going up. If we break this right here, interest rates are going to go higher. But anyway, this is 10 years. We want to see this come up. Okay. We want to see it come up. The TLT is not broken. The employment report is the Thursday jobs report seems to be broken. Every time it goes to 275, it comes right back down. So my theory on gold is this. See this trend line right here? We're bullish till we cross this trend line. So I'm still okay on gold. And I don't think US dollar is going to get very far away from here. We still have a lot of uncertainty, a lot of uncertainty. So I would be very careful. If you could see here, we're touching the see how the highs are getting lower? We're just following the 100-day moving average. So I would be very, very cautious here till we break above this level right here. There's two levels here we need to watch. 98.76 right here, this level. We're not anywhere close there. And then this is the big daddy right here. And once we have more clarity on tariffs, which is not going to happen till November, I don't think, we don't have a breakout here. So be careful. This is still in a major downtrend, okay? And gold is just waiting for US dollar to start coming down. If you are currently long gold, just hold on. There's nothing to do. Just hold on. If you're not long gold, there's a good chance you'll be able to get it at this price right here, lower, or maybe even at this price right here. So I would hold off. So if you're long right now, don't do anything. But if you want to get in, I think you'll find better opportunities. Very much interrelated, Jeff. Very interrelated. Okay. China. What's China doing? Actually, I didn't even look at this morning. Let's take another look at this. The bond market is still going up. We're now at 89.22, so it's going up right now. We still have 4 minutes left. China is below this level, and I expected that it would come back down to this range. Once it comes back here, this is kind of what I'm expecting from the mags, right? I'm expecting them to cool off and come back into range, and we'll talk about them in a minute. But you could see right here that this is the main trend line right here. Sort of kind of here. So you see how my horizontal line and my vertical line are coming to the same place. Usually when that happens, that's a good little parking spot. I'm expecting China to come down a little bit more, right down to here. Okay. Because we're already below the 15-day. Usually when it crosses and goes below the 8 and 15, it traverses all the way lower. Okay. Crude oil, is it still following the US dollar? Let's see. Yes, it is. Now, let me give you some levels here. This is very similar to what you're seeing in the US dollar. Here's the first level. And here's the second level right here. Okay. When the US dollar if the US dollar continues coming to that 98 level, you'll see crude oil here. When you see it coming up to par, you will see it right here. Okay. Bitcoin, this is interesting. We are in a breakdown mode. So if you have a short signal on Mara or MSTR or any of those other stocks, okay, that's how you would do it. Okay. Very, very, very simple. Very, 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 very simple. Very, very simple. Okay. All right, let's turn our attention to the stock market. What are the major catalysts for today? Please don't go crazy. Don't mention like 5 different Fed things. Just let's keep it down. What are the catalysts for today? Got my eye on the bond market, folks. Don't worry, I'll keep you posted. It's breaking up right now, which is great. Really good for us. It's been going straight up since 1140 last night. It's just been going straight up. All right. We got Intel, chips, Intel, Bitcoin, yes. SMH, personal income, Fed. Okay, I got all that. Yeah, Intel, chips, that's fine. Picard. Is Picard a let's see what's going on here. Yep. Yep. Does it have earnings right now? Let's see. Well, it's definitely up. Okay, you got me there. See, I did not have Picard on my list. This is what I mean. You guys really do help me. I'm not kidding. I did not have Picard. Thank you, Matt. Fed data, chips, Picard, Bitcoin, Fed speakers. What about Costco? Did everybody forget about Costco? Are you guys forgetting Costco? How about Costco, guys? Hello, hello. Costco? So we got Fed data, we got tariffs, we got chips, we got consumer stuff, Costco, and we have Picard Industrial. So let's see. Did anybody get Costco? Chips, Picard, Bitcoin, Fed speakers. I like what Matt wrote. I like what Richard wrote. See, Trump, Fed data, home furnishings, W. That's more of the tariff stuff. W is a small stock. That's more of a tariff stuff. Home furnishings more of tariffs. That's tariffs. Picard, yeah, Picard, yeah, Picard Industrial. So we got industrial, consumer, Fed, and chips. Did I miss anything? And crypto. Send me an email, Shemens. Okay. All right. So we got Fed data, tariff data, which will impact furniture. So that's from tariff, not W. W is not a big enough stock. You got Costco, but that's consumer. So you can argue furniture, consumer goods. That's also, so you're not off. So I got industrial, chips, consumer, tariffs, and Fed. That's what I got. So here's mine. Industrial, chips, Fed, tariffs, and that's it. That's what I've got. That's my catalyst, and I'm sticking to them. All right. What time is it? Oh, we should already be past our lunchtime. Oh, let's see what the report says. Survey says. All right, let's see what the numbers are. 2.9, right on target, right on target. And what is the bond market doing? Nothing. Nothing. Just nothing right now. Let's see what SPY's doing. Going up. Good. Nice, nice, nice. QQQ going up. MAG's obviously going up. Nice. SMH. Nice, 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 nice. This is good. This is good, folks. This is good. This is not a bad report. Right on target. That's good. That's good. By the way, we're not making much progress on inflation, but we've already expected that. Look, 2.6 versus 2.7, 2.9 versus 2.9. But it could be worse. It could have been a lot worse. Let's see if we can hit this 89.30 level, okay? Good. The report is there. All right, now we can go through nice and easy. Let's go. Yeah, very much in line. Costco, guys, Costco. Folks, Costco earnings were last night after the market closes. Does anybody not understand that? The market has not had a chance to trade on that. Okay? The market has not had a chance to trade on that. What's there not to understand? Costco came out with earnings after the market closed yesterday. Did the market have a chance to appraise Costco earnings in their session? No, it hasn't. That means it's a catalyst. It's really that simple. And nobody caught it. And by the way, that's the biggest catalyst today outside of tariffs and Fed. Doesn't matter what they did. It's not the point. The point is it's a major stock and it hasn't been impacted yet. It's a catalyst. Costco is an S&P 500 stock. Okay. Investors wait President Trump's latest tariff and wait the release of Federal Reserve's. We already got that. He announced fresh batch of on branded drug. What is it? Companies will face 100% tariffs on patented branded drugs starting October 1st. Pharmaceuticals, also important heavy trucks, kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities will be hit with duty. That's what's impacting. Uh, that's the Richard. It's not W. It's this that's having an impact on W on W. This is the catalyst. Not that's the impact of the catalyst. That's the result. Your death god. Please don't write things like that. Okay. Now, do you guys see what Death God just did? Death God just gave you a trade recommendation. Now, let me just write this. Costco. Let's look at it. Okay. Now, Costco's trading on a daily below all the key moving averages. It's almost at the standard deviation. Death God, why would you write something like that when it completely goes against everything I believe in? Now, we're here because we subscribe to the Uncle Roger trading methodology. If you don't subscribe to my methodology, then there's no reason for you to be here. Or you're here because your methodology doesn't work, and we already know that mine does. So Death Star, I usually don't see comments like that. Please don't post comments like that. This is not your session. Please don't ever do that again. Please don't tell anybody it's a great idea to buy Costco because it's down $7.29. The only time you want to buy Costco is if it's up $7.29. So please do not ever do that again. Okay? If you want to do that, then ask if Costco is a good recommendation because it's down $7.29. We buy stocks because they're overextended to the upside. We buy really expensive stocks and we sell really cheap stocks. We do not do what you're suggesting right now. If I see you do that one more time, I'm going to kick your butt out of here. Yeah, you're right, Richard. But Richard. It was the victim. See, it was the victim of tariffs. You want to go to the cause. Remember, the catalyst is the cause. Okay, Richard brought up a very good point right now. Look what Richard just wrote. Look what Richard just wrote. I list it as a W because it's a victim of the tariffs. Well, Richard, you don't want the victim. You want the bully. Yes, we could tell. We can all tell the Death God has no idea what he's doing, but he's deciding to tell you guys his opinions. Okay, I didn't get my 94% win rate by buying Costco after it dropped $7.29. If you're looking for a value membership, like a value stock, this is not it. We overpay every time. Okay, so don't do that, folks. Please don't listen to anything Death God is saying. And if he says that again, I'm going to kick his ass out of here. All right, let's continue. And this is not a stock you want to buy. I wouldn't buy Costco stock with my biggest enemy's money right now. Okay, please don't listen to what he's saying right now. Okay. All right. CarMax tumbled over 20%. We talked about it yesterday. Chip stocks slumped. We talked about that. Oracle, we talked about yesterday. Intel, we talked about all of this. What are the catalysts for today? Well, GDP. We already have that. Durable goods. When is durable goods coming out? Durable goods came out yesterday. Let's see what bonds are doing. And I'm not trying to pick on you, Death God. I'm just being straight with you. Bonds are still holding up pretty good. Let's see what the SPY is doing. Ooh, baby, the SPY is moving. Looks like we have a bottom. Oh, yeah. Can we close today above the A line? Can we? Can we? Can we? Remember I told you right here, we either have a bottom here yesterday or we're going to break this level. I posted in the Telegram channel, remember? I did tell you that. I want to see us close above this line, above the 15-day, or we're going to come. And I told you that in the VIP room yesterday as well. I told you my target is either right here, the 15-day, or right here. I'll find it where I posted in the Telegram, and I'll send you, I told you so, but that's that. Okay, that's great. Now let me show you another piece of good news. We're not anywhere around here anymore. We now are seeing buyers getting into too many puts. So this is good. This is not bad. It's not going against us. Let's break all this down continuously. We already have all this news. Governor Miran said on Thursday central banks risk harming the economy if it does not act quickly. Bowman said inflation is close enough to 2% target. No, it's not. No, it's not. At the same time, Chicago Fed Austin Gooseby said that concern about tariff-driven inflation. I agree with him. Opposed to any push for front-loading multiple. I couldn't agree with him more. Here's my answer to tariffs. You tell us what the tariffs will be, and I'll tell you how much we have to lower or raise rates. Till we do, it's an unknown. Schmidt said that policymakers may need to cut interest rates again in the near term. I think one time more this year would be good. Personal consumptions already came out. Personal income will be monitored very, very closely. I'll talk about all that. If you guys give me a chance, I'll talk about all of that. In addition, market participants will parse comments. We have a lot of comments today. They always like to speak. I'm curious to see what Bowman will say after this report came out. Let's see if mags are coming up. Yes, they are. And what did mags do before coming up? They hit the 15-day EMA. They hit that 15-day EMA. Okay. Beautiful. So far, as we planned. Europe is up 0.62. Investors largely shrugged off tariff. Now, think about if Trump said this 3 months ago. The market would be down 200 points right now. Now, no impact at all. Remember what I told you guys a few months ago? The boy who cried wolf. The more this happens, the less it'll be impacted by the market. Just like the first administration. This is very typical. At first, everything is new. Everything is big deal. And then it kind of starts you kind of get a feel for what that this may take longer, and we have a lot of uncertainty, and this is very political. Looking ahead to key U.S. inflation data, insurance stocks led the gains on Friday, rebounding after 3 straight sessions of losers. China closed lower today. President Trump's announcement, new round of tariffs. Pharmaceutical stocks fell. Citi research analysts said tariff impact on the country's pharmaceutical biotech will be limited. That's great. This is very good. You know who I think is going to take it under the chin here? India. I think India is going to take it under the chin. They make a lot of drugs. Does anybody know? Can anybody tell me what percentage of drugs that come into America that India ships? Can anybody tell me that number? I know it's high. Japan closed lower. Sentiment was dampened by everybody. It's dampened everywhere except America. In America, it's not dampened. All right, Intel rose 3%. Now this is what Richard and I were talking about. So here's what you want to do, Richard. This is a very good example, okay? And you were right. You didn't say anything wrong. You were 100% correct. Wayfair is a victim of this tariff thing. So what you want to do is, if something is a victim of something, you want to list the cause as the terrorist, as the terror threat. Because here's the thing. Is it just impacting, if this is a victim of this stock, of President Trump's news, won't other companies that do exactly the same thing also be victims? So it's not specific to this stock. It's specific to this news. So the catalyst this is the result of the catalyst. The catalyst is the tariffs. So you weren't wrong. You labeled it and you identified and you actually even used the word victim. You understood it correctly. But next time, if you see something as a result of the catalyst, just go to the catalyst. You don't have to go to the result. Because I could promise you, I can name 5 other companies like Wayfair that may even be bigger than Wayfair will be impacted. So the real, and again, I'm not like, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just trying to educate people based on what you said. That's all. Please don't, I'm not picking on you at all. You did a great job. Okay. Peanut had something to say. I'm not reading all the comments, but 82%, really? Ooh. Wow. Generic, let's see, Peanut, 40% of dispensed drugs, about 40% of generic drugs disposed in the U.S. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, Uh, I mean, the Indian market is not a major catalyst. We don't watch it, but if you want to know what's really going to take a dump as a result of this pharmaceutical, it's not going to be China. It's going to be India. They're correct. They only make about 4%. It's just not that big of a global catalyst. Oh, folks, the mags are looking so beautiful right now. This is very nice. This is very, very nice right here. This is a very nice A line setting up. And look at where it bottomed out, right at the 15-day EMA. We'll see how well our levels hold up. So far, look at the high. I didn't just draw this. I drew this yesterday. And look at the level. Look at my levels, guys. It's pretty damn good. Look at that. I like it. I like it. All right. Okay, so you have all of that. Now let's start looking at the stock market. All right. Momentum levels on the Nasdaq 100 are in the crapper. I'm expecting today we will. Oh, let's see what QQQE is doing. QQQE. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at where QQQ is right now. Look at that on the 5 minute and on the daily. That's beautiful. Now I want to show you guys something interesting. Now, if you've been watching me for some time, then you're going to have a huge aha moment right now. If you haven't been watching me for a long time, then what I will say will not make a big difference. But I want to show you something. This is QQQE. Do you remember what Uncle Roger told you about mega caps and QQQE about a week ago? And what are they doing now? Do they look the same or do they look different now? They don't look all that different, do they now? Remember when one was making a swing high right here and going higher, and the other one was just going down and sitting here sideways? Look, but they're doing exactly the same thing right now. They've caught up to each other, my friends. They finally caught up to each other. Look at QQQE and look at MAGs. They're doing exactly the same thing. Remember when mags were up here and QQQE was in the and if you've been coming here for more than a week, then you know exactly what I've been talking about because I've been talking about this obsessively. Do you remember mags versus QQQE? Remember that channel I drew for you? Mags were going straight up. This was going sideways. I told you that they can't stay like this. Well, this has cooled off and now it's at the 15-day and it's got a perfect A line. And so does QQQE. Do you guys remember me talking about this a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? How mags are getting really distorted at the expense of QQQE, but now they're looking exactly the same. Let's look at RSP. RSP is still at the bottom here, hasn't moved yet, but QQQE is starting to come back up. Okay. See how SPY is looking? It's now below. It's starting to look a lot more like this. It's not coming up here. Does anybody remember? You do. Okay. Karen remembers. Peanuts remembers. Mary remembers. Do you guys remember? I spent a bunch of time talking about mags and how this is not normal and this has to stop and we have to come down. Well, guess what? Now look at how they look. They both have a perfect A line. They're starting to get a lot more balanced right now. 15-day. Look at QQQE and look at mags. They look the same right now. They don't look different anymore. Now, the only question is this number going to get above 50%? That's what we need. We need this number to get above 50% and this number to stay above 50%. Look at the S&P 500, 48%. I think we're going to see a nice bounce today. At least that's what I'm seeing this morning. See what the bond market's doing. Bond market's still holding up. Yeah. I like what I'm seeing this morning. I like what I'm seeing right now. S&P 100, top 100 stocks in America, only 50% are above. This number needs to get up. And I think it will because the last few days it really went down. Desi says, how much pharmaceuticals does China supply? 4%. Michael says, you also showed us the tech stocks that were over. I did. I've been doing it every day. I've been like religiously on this. Right. Okay, so we don't have that anymore. Not as much. We still have it. I mean, it's never going to be 100%, but we don't have it anymore. And meanwhile, look at what happened. I want to show you guys something. Do you remember somebody talking about this? Keep an eye on this number right here. Bingo. Do you remember when we were at 346? coming into last Friday, exactly 7 days ago, right here at this time, this was at 346. And I showed you, I went back about a month to show you what happens every time we get into the 300s. And I told you last Friday morning that stocks are getting extremely overextended. This is Thursday, September 18th. Now look at it today. How accurate was my analysis? A week ago? 1 week ago, today. Just look at this number right here. 1 week ago, 1 week ago. Look, just I'm going to click here. You look at this number right there. Three. Do you see it? Were we right about that? How right were we over the last week about everything that happened in the market? All right. Now I want to show you something else, a little Picasso drawing that I drew for you. Do you remember yesterday morning I drew this line and I told you I think we're going to bottom out right at the line? Yes, I drew this yesterday. I didn't do it this morning. Anybody that was here yesterday, the beautiful thing about this show, it's all recorded for you. Do you remember I drew this line for you yesterday? And I said, if we don't break this line, if we come right to this level, I think we're going to see some upside. This is our first level of support. Do you remember that? Look where the bottom is. And yes, I drew it yesterday live for everybody here. Look at yesterday's low and look at today's low. Yep. Do you guys understand the benefit of coming here every day? I told you a week ago that the market is topping out. I told you a week ago that mags are overextended in comparison to equal weighted SPY. Nobody else was telling you that. I was showing you examples of every stock, how every stock was overextended, 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 overextended. And finally, I showed you last week, a week ago, 1 week ago here. If you don't believe me, go to last Friday's video. And I told you every time we get to this number, every time we get to this number, oops, oh, that's 90-day high, wrong thing. Every time, what here? Every time we get above 300 without momentum, we tend to go down. 1 week ago, Thursday, September 8th, that means it's Friday morning. Remember, this is today, Thursday, September 25th. This is, remember, from last night. This is delayed. So look, 1 week ago, today. Wow, look at that. Who could have predicted that? Down to a tick. Down to a tick. And I drew that for you yesterday, not today. I told you when these two lines, we're going to bottom out. Right there. We're right at the 8-day, 15-day line, which is exactly where a bottom should be. Yeah. This is pre-market low right here. Now, that, folks, is not a coincidence. Okay. The bond market's starting to come off a little bit. Let's see what stocks are doing. They're coming off a little bit too, but not too bad. Mags are holding on. If mags hold on, we're going to get some clarity today. They've been really oversold for a few days now. Okay. Ooh, oh boy. Let's get to our analysis. Let's do levels for today. Okay, the mags are still good. I don't need to do anything here. My levels from yesterday are pristine. I'll just draw one more line here. Okay, let me give this to you. And then we'll get into stocks for today. SMH, I don't have to do anything here. I'm just going to repost this. Levels from yesterday are just perfect. Here, I'm posting this for you in the Telegram channel, guys. Let's see, QQQ. Oh man, look at my levels. I got to say, I should sell these. I should have a service where I just sell you my levels every morning, right? Those levels. Look at this. This is great. I like this. Actually, I got to add something here. Okay, right there. Let me draw these again. Here's QQQ. Again, I'm QQQ levels. SPY. Did I already give you SPY levels? No, I didn't give you SPY levels. Let me give you SPY levels. These levels are great right here, actually. If I do say so myself. I got to say, I wish I had somebody like me 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. It would have been really great. And let me give you IWM levels. IWM. Oh, man, these levels are perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And look at that. It's good. Good levels. We haven't gone through our large caps yet, folks. The night is still young. And this is IWM levels. All right. So you have levels. Do you guys like me giving you these levels? I did go through crypto and I'll go through crypto again. Crypto is selling off right now. We're in bearish trend. I would only be taking shorts on crypto with a target of right here. Okay. And I'm talking about crypto stocks like Mara. I would only be taking short signals on them, assuming we have a good short signal. Okay. Yeah, I do review cryptos. Naples fan, I do review cryptos. I already talked about cryptos. I do. Buck says I'm running off this morning pre-market high low. Watch Rogers levels carefully. Yep. Yes, those levels are very, very good. And I had a session about levels, by the way. I had a session about levels, but I do give you crypto, and I'm giving you Bitcoin futures, so this is pretty accurate. Yeah, but this is what really drives cryptos. I mean, if you want to know what's driving cryptos, this is really what's driving cryptos. Okay, let me now give you stocks that I'm liking. And by the way, folks, as far as momentum levels, we don't have a lot of momentum right now. 90-day high, you have 68 stocks breaking out, so we got to be careful. And again, there's less stocks that are moving beyond what we want, but there's still some. So let me give you some stocks that I'm looking at, and I'm going to give you some potential A lines. Junior, we're not going to have a government shutdown, and it's not going to impact cryptos. There's not going to be any government shutdown, and it's not going to have any impact on cryptos. Lulu, potential A line to the downside. Let me show you what I mean. Let me see what I wrote for you in the pit yesterday. Could have swore I've been on this all day yesterday. Yeah, right here. Right here. This is me yesterday at 10:23 in the morning. I do like what I'm seeing in the mags. Much too early, but so far so good. My only beef is divergence between SPY and VOLD. But see, I circled that for you guys. Right here. That's a 10:23 yesterday. Okay. Lulu needs to break below 164. When it breaks below 164, no, excuse me, 165, 165, we're going to have an A line to the downside. UPS is still a bearish trade. Nice, very nice. CARR. Target. Really like this stock. Honeywell. PayX. IFF. Nice looking stock. CE. Yeah, don't believe any of that nonsense on the news. There's not going to be a government shutdown. Now let me give you the long stocks, okay? Potential A lines, potential A lines, potential A lines. I said it 3 times. Right here. That's a beautiful A line right there. Um, GD. Needs to close above this high right here. 328.47. And First Solar. This is not an A line. This is just a good looking stock. Marvell. I think Karen the Shark actually pointed me to this stock yesterday, starting to break out a little bit. As long as it takes out this level right here. And it's very choppy. I would be very cautious here. Marvell, MP. Very nice looking stock. General Motors looks great. I like how General Motors is looking. GDS. KTOS. TJ Maxx. Nice stuff. Look how it's hitting that area, that resistance area. It needs to go just a hair higher and it'll be ready. It needs to come up here and then it'll test this area again. And THC. Beautiful stock. Beautiful stock. Citibank, let's see. I think we're bullish. I think we have Citibank right now in a program, and I don't talk about trades that are currently in any program live here. But I like it as much as I like Morgan Stanley because they look exactly the same. It just needs to get above this blue line right here. And Morgan Stanley, I believe, already did. They both look almost identical. No, they both look identical. It looks great. I mean, really, they both look like amazing A lines. I'd be buying one for A line if I didn't already have one. All right, so folks, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm actually finished a little early, so let me give you the deal. The deal is I like the market today. I'll be looking for mags. I want to see if mags. I want to see if mags can hold on to the 15-day moving average right here, and if they can close above the 8-day. I want to see if they can hold this and if they can close above here. If they can close above here, I think we're going to try to go back up again. Okay? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Um As far as this Sunday, let me give you the links. Okay. Now, folks, this Sunday, I'm doing a world exclusive presentation. It's going to be world exclusive. It's the first time I'm doing this. It's going to be all new. There's going to be some exciting information for you. I really, really want you to be there. Today in the VIP room, I'll be talking about day trading. We'll be talking all about day trading, setups, all the things that I didn't get a chance to talk about this week. There was a lot of things we just didn't get a chance to talk about. We'll do that today. And here's a link to Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Please don't miss it. If you have any questions, if there's something here that's not 100% clear, that's the place that's where you get your clarity, okay? Those are the people that can help you. As far as the overall market, I really like how chips are looking right now. QQQ needs to trade above, everything needs to trade above the 8-day EMA today. Okay. SPY, MAGS, QQQE, like they are right now. Look at that. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see how RSP is doing. RSP, everything is looking steady. Everything is looking steady. You see how the SPY is below the 8-day EMA? I want the SPY to look like this right now. I want the SPY to look like this. This is the SPY. I want it to look like this. You see that? That's how I want it to close today. Not like that. Not like that. That was the last tick. So I want it to be above. I want it to be above right here. That's where I want to see. That's what I want to see. And I don't want to see us go below this low. And I preferably want to see this as the low of the day, which I think it will be. And I want that to be higher than this. So I want today's low to be higher than yesterday's. And I want today's low not to violate the 15-day. And I want today's high, today's closing price or today's trading range to trade above this ugly yellow line right here. Okay? I already gave the small caps. Somebody can post them here for you once again. Please, please, please don't forget this Sunday, big event. Big event. You don't want to miss out on it. I think you guys will like it. Remember, folks, it's Friday. The news is already out there. The market's not going crazy. The overnight market right now should be higher, very nicely higher. The Dow's higher. The Dow's higher. We have a non-random move up. It's Friday. Don't do anything the first half hour. You're going to have a lot of suckers taking profit first half hour from the buying of the lows that they did yesterday. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Let the market show its hand. We want to have a nice closing or at least trade above the 8-day EMA consecutively. We want this 90-day high number today to get back above 100. Okay? We want this number to get back above 100. I'll be updating you throughout the day. All right. So again, VIP room. Here's the link for the VIP room. Here's the link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. They do an amazing job of coming in here every day. And here's the link again for the webinar on Sunday. Members only. This is very important. And I hope you guys appreciate it. Here's my email address, roger@rogerscott.com. Be careful today. Be careful. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing, but we got to be careful. We got to give the market a little time to see if it's not a banana in the tailpipe, so to speak. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for not driving me nuts.